Hey everybody, it's me, Andrew. Get out into nature and tune in for yourself. Resonate with the Earth's electromagnetic field via 432 Hertz, the universal frequency. Balance out psychologically and emotionally, and further strengthen your brain and your heart's coherence as well. Get a plant-based diet going for yourself today and nurture yourself right back into life. We are literally herbivores in nature. Further balance out your physical body's pH level and get with alkalinity. Then you can generate some static electricity. Send me some love telepathically. Set attention to your mind and set intention to communicate. That is all there is to telepathy. You are now tuning in to great days. Today I'm going to cover some very, very insightful news when it comes to health, and it's all about emotions. And it's all about how your emotions actually create your state of being or your state of health. So today's video is negative emotions equal illness. Now, get right into it, alright? So this is actually alchemical studies or alchemical science as well, in the way that alchemy is literally the art of being able to transform yourself to whatever state you truly want to be, in the way that if you are fearful, then you are going to live within a misery. You're going to be in suffering, and that is going to basically be a very, very unfortunate and undesirable life, okay, to be living. And that would be the lead, which in alchemy they would oftentimes say that it is turning into, or it is the turning into lead, or it is the turning into gold from lead. Turning lead into gold is what alchemists are known for, and this is so with the actual mineral of lead and gold, or the metalloid of lead and gold. But it also is like metaphorical in a very strong sense as well, because they also meant that lead is representing a lesser state of oneself, you know. Basically, let's say you were in suffering, that would be the lead. What alchemists are all about are transmutating yourself in order to come into a more blissful state of being, you know, and that would be the gold. It's going from suffering to bliss, or unconsciousness to consciousness, and that would be going from the lead to the gold. So what alchemists were all about was literally being able to transform themselves inwardly through chemical processes, or chemical mutation, or even modifications of their chemical factorization. And this allowed them to actually come into higher states of being, from lead to gold, from the lower to the higher. And they were even able to do this with actual metalloids, or even actual minerals as well, after of course they were able to transmutate their own states of being. Then they were able to express this outward in a reflectatory or a reflective manner, and then that is what created the art of alchemy, okay, dating back to ancient Chem. You know, before Egypt was called Egypt, it was called ancient Kemet, or Chem, okay, al-chem-me. Chemi is short for chemistry, okay, so there's alchemy, which is literally a more magical chemistry. Okay, so it's literally just chemistry, but it's more esoteric and it's more magical in nature. Okay, so basically this video is going to be alchemy in a way. It is I'm not gonna actually tell you, well, I'm gonna tell you as much as I can about transmutating the negative emotion or the negative emotional states into positive, so that you can actually heal yourself of illness. But as far as that goes, that is as deep as I'm going to get into alchemy right now. Okay, because it's actually a health video, it's not purely an alchemy video. So we can start with literally negative emotions literally equal illness. Okay, and a lot of the times illness and disease, which dis-ease is literally just being in a dis-easeful state. That's what disease is. Disease is literally just being out of ease. Okay, in the way that let's say you aren't able to breathe properly. Let's say that your sinus has been blocked all day, right? Inevitably you're going to get very, very dis-easeful, because you need to breathe properly in order to be at peace, in order to be at ease. And if you think that that's wrong, just hold your breath for 2 minutes. Try and hold your breath for 2 minutes, and you will see that it creates a very dis-easeful and dis-peaceful state within you, because you can't hold your breath for that long without getting a little bit dis-easeful. So let's say that your sinus was blocked all day and you weren't able to breathe properly. You will get very dis-easeful in your nature. Okay, and then this is going to cause you to become compulsive, unconscious, and it's going to cause you to become a little bit imbalanced and aggressive, and you're going to feel very conflicted within yourself, and all of this is just emotional entanglement and buildup, and a mixed emotional state that continues to be built up, that isn't able to be released, and then this creates dis-ease. You're in a state of dis-ease because of the immense emotional buildup, and then it's all these different mixed negative emotions, and then it literally causes your body to overheat. Okay, because you're running in a dis-easeful state. You're not able to catch any peace, and you're not able to consciously bring down that mixed emotional buildup, and further that causes a type of illness to set in, because you aren't able to provide yourself the necessary pranic energy, or the life energy, or just the energy needed to be able to do what you usually do fluently, or as actively and fluently as you would if you were not blocked up at your sinus. So that's how this disease is literally just dis-easeful states. What I'm trying to get at ultimately is that we are literally energy. We are energetical beings. Okay, there are breatharians who actually do not eat for multiple decades upon decades. And if you don't believe this, then do a little bit of research yourself, and maybe even connect with the breatharian yourself in order to ensure that they are real people. Okay, so we really do not need to even eat or even drink water. There are people who have lived years without water as well. And basically this just provides more evidence to the fact that we are purely energy, and we are literally immortal in nature. Albert Einstein proved this mathematically with his equation E equals mc squared. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. Further, he stated that energy, which is what we all are and everything is, can never be created, nor it can never be destroyed, only transferred, only transformed. Meaning we are never going to truly die, we are only going to go through a state of transformation, which is what death is. Death is a state of inertia. Life is a state of dynamicism, okay? Life is a state of active energy, and death is a state of restful energy, the yang and the yin, the passive and the active, okay? And this basically provides the further evidence that disease can be cured without medication or without any prescriptional meds or even the help of big pharma or any of that. No, you don't need any pills. You don't need anything like that. All you truly need is to know that disease is literally just being in a dis-easeful state. When you break down the word, it proves itself. Dis-ease. So get into your ease, come into peace, and I promise you that is half of what you need in order to heal yourself from any disease or any illness, okay? And that's just a little bit of alchemy. That's a little bit of coming to understand how to transmutate your states in order to come into healing for yourself. Come out of those negative emotions by literally just bringing in more ease and more peace to your life, more silence and more stillness. And I promise you that in itself is enough to completely change your chemical factorization and your chemical reactions, which are actually the main causes of your illness and diseases. Or you can even go the step further and use food. You can use food as medicine, which is what food has always been for throughout our entire existence. Food is our medicine, and nature puts all the medicinal properties within the food, and we are supposed to be eating food for the medicinal properties to heal us. But we have come into a immense state of consumerism nowadays, which people are literally just eating processed junk food and are complaining that they aren't in health, but it's only due to the fact that they're consuming constantly junk food, which isn't even real because it's processed. And then they end up in the hospital, and then they start blaming everybody else because they just don't know why they are so diseased or illness or within illness. But it's just because they aren't eating sensibly. They aren't eating healthy medicinal foods, fresh foods, plant-based foods, live foods. They're eating dead food, processed foods, junk foods. Okay, throw all that away. It's even more expensive than fruits and vegetables, which can actually bring you medicinal properties, a balanced chemical reaction or chemical state, and it can bring you immense financial freedom because they are less expensive than junk food is. So yeah, negative emotions literally equal illness. So let's get right into it. Actually, I have some of the different emotions that actually equal some of the different illnesses. So the first is anger. So anger actually weakens your liver, okay? And this is very remarkable in the way that when you understand this, when you realize this, you can understand why it's the liver, because it's all chemically correspondent. All of the organ systems within your body are all interconnected, and whatever chemical reactions that you have within your mind or whatever chemical factorization that is taking place literally affects the function of each and every single organ within your body, okay? And anger actually weakens your liver. So all of these negative emotions are going to inevitably weaken some of your body, okay? And anger is one. Anger weakens your liver, and this is also why you see some alcoholics, alcoholics are always drinking, right? And that will actually cause cirrhosis to the liver. That will basically poison your liver, alcohol, because it is a poison, and that's why it is one of the most manufactured perishables into the world, because it's a poison and they are poisoning the population slowly, okay? But what I'm trying to talk about is that alcohols are already our alcoholics are already programmed by the programs going throughout the globe to be more angry all the time, because they are labeled as people who are basically, they're labeled, they're labeled throughout society, okay? And this creates a state of anger within them, and that is already causing more anger to their cirrhosis of the liver. So they are poisoning their liver with the alcohol, and then they are being labeled further, which is causing more chemical reactions, which is causing more anger to their life, and then this anger is further weakening their liver. So you see how it all connects. They program you, they label you, they condition you, they literally make you into alcoholics, and they do so much just to weaken your system up. So just be aware of this and be smart. Make the wise choices, choose wisely, okay, as Dreamville says. Shout out Dreamville. Also, yeah, anger weakens your liver. So that's one emotion that actually equals illness, okay? The next is grief. Grief or loss actually weakens your lungs, okay? And this actually connects with cigarettes as well, okay? Because what's one thing that always turns somebody to give me a second. Okay. Grief actually weakens your lungs. Sorry for the interruption, by the way, but grief weakens your lungs, and this actually corresponds or connects with cigarette smokers as well, because one instance or circumstances when you see somebody just fall to cigarettes who usually never smoke is when they have a relative pass away, or maybe they go through a deep emotional phase of loss or grief, and then you see them afterwards smoking on cigarettes because they just can't deal with that loss without giving themselves some mild stimulant, obviously that cigarette is going to completely damage your lungs in literally the worst way ever, okay? And then that grief further is going to weaken your lungs as well, and then that it's just like an attack on your lungs, okay? And yeah, there's another emotion, a negative emotion that actually weakens your body or your system. So this is the reason why to just live positively, okay? It may seem hard at first, but inevitably and naturally your body is going to continue in those negative emotions until it understands that it's just weakening itself, and then naturally you will be intelligent enough to completely turn the other way and transmutate your inner state, and then you will literally be a positive person, which will then bring you healthier and wholeful states of being, okay? So the next one is worry. Worry actually weakens your stomach, okay? And for those people who ever feel very, very shaky, most of the time you probably tell yourself that it's because you haven't eaten or something. It's just like you get the shakes, and you feel like you're about to die, or you feel like you're just about to faint or something, and you feel like an anxiety in your stomach. That is what that is. That's worry. It's literally a negative emotion that is building up within your solar plexus or your stomach, and then it sends you into a weakened state of being, okay? And most time when this happens to me, I usually tell myself that it's because I haven't eaten, but there's been cases where I literally have eaten 2 hours prior, and I still get like this after even eating. So it's not because I was not fed, or it's not because I wasn't eating. It was mostly just because I was allowing worry to come into my state of being, and this actually brought in a weakened stomach. and it created an entire reverberation throughout my body, which actually led to instability. So yeah, worry is another negative emotion to literally stray away from in order to come into a state of health. So the next is fear itself. Fear actually weakens your kidneys. Okay, so if you did not know, living a fearful life will actually lead to weakened kidneys. So if you want to keep your kidneys healthy, folks, make sure to go get yourself some kidney beans, red kidney beans. Make some delicious red beans and rice, pure vegan. And actually, whenever you take on a plant-based diet, a lot of that fear that is accumulated will naturally release itself as well, because you're not partaking of an animal slaughter anymore, but more so a live plant. So the next one is going to be stress. Stress actually weakens the heart and brain. So this is obviously why so many of Americans, or so much of the population, the majority of the population, claims that they are stressful and depressed. They are stressful only because they are being conditioned, labeled, and they are being obviously made to be in stressful lives. Okay, most people aren't even working jobs that they like. They're just working for a paycheck. They're literally just working for money so that they can continue living, to not enjoy what they do for a living, So it's literally creating stress, and then that is literally damaging their heart and their brain. Okay, some of the main organs to your entire bodily function. And yeah, that's why you hear so many people nowadays saying, I'm stressed. Well, it's only because society is causing you to be stressed. I guarantee you, if you lived out in nature, in a cabin, completely alone, or just with your wife or whoever you wanted to be, or just completely alone with the animals in peace and silence, there will never be a sign of stress within you. That is something that literally comes with society and its terms and its conditionings, okay, and its services, obviously, of use. So yeah, stress weakens your heart and brain. So make sure to change these negative emotions in any way you see fit, in any way you can. Okay, bring in more positive emotions, and you will naturally come into a healthier, hopeful state of being for yourself. And it's literally that simple. So I do thank you guys for watching once again, and I hope you did enjoy the video today on negative emotions equaling illness, and how to even transmutate alchemically these negative emotions into positive ones for yourself, very subtly and very simply. So subscribe over here to the left of me and help me reach 100 subscribers. Drop a like on the video to the right of me and support the channel once again. Generate some static electricity from the ethereal body, or the spatial body, or even the first layer of the aura. It needs to be strengthened and realized for the collective rise in consciousness. I love you guys. Have a great day, and peace out.